All right, friends, in studio with us, we have the wonderful, the debonair, and somebody who I am really excited to talk to today, Tim Mathern. And you have so many things to share with us. So before we even dive in, Tim, for the listening audience, who the heck are you? What do you do for a living? I know that you're a wonderful state senator, but I want the whole gamut. I want the whole kit and caboodle. So, Tim, who the heck are you?
Hey, thanks, Eric, for having me, and I'm looking forward to the program. I grew up on a farm down at Edgeley, North Dakota. Came to Fargo about 40 years ago, worked at Catholic Charities, now work at Prairie St. John's Hospital. But my present passion, in addition to my work, is being involved in public policy and starting a food co-op.
And that's what we specifically want to talk about, Tim. But I want to know first about your passion with public policy. How does one develop a fire in their belly for public policy? Because when I hear public policy, it's not a fire in my belly. It's more of like regurgitation. And like it's something that I don't love. But thank goodness people like you do. So where does this passion derive from?
Well, Eric, I was a social worker helping individuals solve difficult personal problems, probably like you did when you were a youth minister.
Yeah, you bet.
And I came to the conclusion after a short time that a lot of problems that people have really are outcomes of public policy challenges. Take, for example, 40 years ago, a young mother, a teenager, 14 or 15 years of age, couldn't go to high school any longer.
Yeah.
After being pregnant, having a child. Hey, she was then subjugated basically to a life of poverty. So I worked on trying to change that, make sure that people could get to school and so that their life would have quality, even though they had a temporary difficulty to work through. So for me, the passion comes from changing the world, making a difference. And I would see myself and politicians as essentially co-creators of the world.
Tim, I love what you do. And change always happens two ways. It's either from the top down, meaning the political sense down, and from the bottom up, helping people on an individual basis. And you're on the ground for both of those. So thank you for what you do and the way in which you serve. But I want to learn about the Prairie Roots Co-op that's happening downtown. This food co-op is a huge opportunity for our community, for the downtown community of Fargo. Give us the background of how it came about and, more importantly, where it's going.
Well, about 5 years ago, some citizens in North Dakota and Minnesota got together and decided that they wanted high-quality, local-grown food. Many young people and older people who are aware of nutrition issues have come to the conclusion that we need better quality food, food that's free from hormones, food that is grown locally and not trucked in thousands of miles, food that any child, any person can eat without any concerns about its health value. So that group met, decided to open such a grocery store, and the best model to do that was the business model of a cooperative. A cooperative is essentially owned by the members. So what we're doing here is starting a small business. That means we'll have a lot of owners, and right now we have 950 folks that have become owners. And we have identified a location downtown. That location came about because we hired a marketing person and asked them to do an assessment of the Fargo-Moorhead community in terms of where was the best place to locate a grocery store in terms of the market potential and the people need. So that was how we came up with the location at NP Avenue and University.
We are so excited, those of you just tuning in. Tim Mathern of the Prairie Roots Food Co-op, and we're talking about the growth piece. What I love about this co-op, Tim, is it serves, I think, three purposes. Number one, people buy local. That's always a great thing for a community, is when people choose to buy local. Number two, the health benefits of a co-op, and having things that are free of steroids and free of pesticides is a great thing. As a father too, wanting to make sure that my daughter is fueled with the right things is a huge opportunity. And then finally, the thriving downtown market now all of a sudden is going to have itself a grocery store. So we're hitting 3 things out of the park with this. What do people not know about the co-op? When is it going to open, for example?
Well, right now we're in a financing stage. Basically, to capitalize this co-op store means we need to raise $3.6 million.
Yeah,
and,
all right.
And that's split up in 3 different ways. One is membership involvement. One is grants. One is borrowing money from a bank. Mm-hmm. And so we're in that process now. Now that we have located the space, we have more people interested. We, from our members, have raised $400,000.
That's great. And you said 950 members?
Right.
Can there be more than 950 if
yes.
people listening want to get on board?
Anybody can join. Right now, you go to prairie-roots.com. That's the website. And anybody can become a member any place in the world. And that membership is $300 for the lifetime. And then you become an owner of the Prairie Roots Food Co-op store. Those members then can participate in the financing of the organization by doing a membership loan or buying preferred stock or giving a contribution to the Fargo-Moorhead Area Foundation, which has a fund.
It does.
For Prairie
Great.
Roots Food Co-op, because the co-op will be meeting a community function beyond selling food. The co-op will be teaching people how to prepare food, will be helping people to put together budgets, and will serve the full range of economic status of our citizens.
So there's obviously a need, and it's going to be filling that. And on top of that, people can be members. What's the benefit of being a member? Do you profit when the store profits? Do you get first dibs on the cucumbers that come? What's the opportunity there?
Well, I think the best benefit to a member is feeling like they contributed to building this community.
Absolutely, yeah.
And a member is an actual owner, so a member will vote. There'll be issues coming forward in terms of products, what kind of products to sell, from what distance to buy those products. And so members will make those decisions in a democratic process. That's another thing that's so wonderful about this. Our democracy struggles. And the struggle is having enough citizens to take part in politics, to take part in governance. Well, how do they learn that? Well, they learn it by participating in things like church, participating in things like PTAs, participating in things like running this co-op. All of these things are ways that citizens learn democracy. So a really wonderful part of being a member is being part of making those decisions. And then as the years go on, this organization becomes a profitable business, and then members will receive dividends, which means the profit goes back to the local owners.
So big opportunity to be a part of a startup, part of a community, as well as then profit when the profit comes. Can I get first dibs on cucumbers if I buy in?
You certainly can.
Okay,
we have,
that's what I needed.
We have a section of cucumbers already set aside for Hatch Realty.
God bless you, Tim. That's perfect.
We'll have a name right on that bin.
That's right. Sponsored by Hatch Realty.
Right.
This cucumber. That's really great. Tim, I'm so excited for what this means for downtown, for what it means for our community, Fargo-Moorhead as a whole. And thank you for being somebody on the ground up. Again, those of you just tuning in, Tim Mathern wrapping up with us here. Go to prairie-roots.com to check out the co-op and to consider being a member.
Yes, not just consider, but becoming a member. Come on, Eric. You're a positive guy. Let's move ahead on this.
I'm on it. I was excited about the cucumbers there. Hey, we're going to go to break here. Head to livefargomoorhead.com to connect with us, and we can get you in touch with Tim Mathern as well. This is Real Estate Radio with Erik Hatch.